Okay, so we are back on the test server, and I'm going to be looking at Suppressor 16 and see if the double version of this actually does well. So if you don't know how Suppressor works, essentially it just applies a status effect that limits the amount of damage that the enemies deal. The more times you shoot them, the less damage that they deal, up to like 40%. I mean, pretty much as of now, I've just been using Suppressor as a hybrid extra weapon. I have my hangar loaded up with these 5 mechs that I plan to use it on. These are mechs that I think it actually could potentially do well with. Alright, this map, not my absolute favorite for Blockhorn, but it should be okay. I'm going to try to loop around the left. Well, hello. Oh, the weapon sounds great there. Nice. I forgot when the weapons were linked. I always link my weapons whenever I'm doing like a comparison thing. Nice. And these guys are not super high level, obviously, but the damage output's not bad. Yeah, and then the radius. This weapon does have a small radius. I think it's like 5 meters base. It's like it's not the worst. Nice. Was a panther. What is my normal range? It's like 100? No, I don't remember. Hello? Oh, pfft. What in the world build is that, brother? Alright. Oh, okay, I didn't hit him at all. Let's just poke out, do this. I'll take a bit of damage from these fuse mortars, but I kind of like don't care that much. 3, 4. I stacked it. Oh, hello. Let's see if I can get both of them with this radius. Yeah. Yeah. The only problem with the Blockhorn with radius weapons is that Blockhorn's weapon mounts are really, really low to the ground, which means it's hard to use radius weapons. Like, it's hard to aim at the ground that way. Because you just, by default, already at a very shallow angle, which is difficult to work with. Come on. There we go. There's one other guy. There's this guy right here, but then somebody else. He's over there somewhere. On my left. Yeah. Who are you? What are you doing? Oh, it's this guy, of course. He survived the entire match. Fair enough. Hi. Okay, I mean, like, not bad. These are obviously bots, right? So, you know, I should expect any half-decent build to get like 7 or 8 kills without too much trouble. But yeah, for a weapon that like doesn't really have a whole lot of damage output, it's not terrible. Like damage per shot, 14,000. Like, that's pretty bad. And you only have 6 shots in a magazine. So the damage output is comparable to Disc Launcher. Disc Launcher also has 14,000 maximum damage per shot, and also a magazine of 6 and a reload speed of 6.6. I mean, like, the stats aren't great. I mean, most people by now know that Disc Launcher is not a fantastic weapon, especially late game. I mean, Disc Launcher can be very, very good, yeah, like when you're in tier 5, maybe even tier 6, but, you know, past that, not really. So for a weapon that has pretty bad stats, it's not terrible. The perk is very, very good. Alright, so I have it on Mimicker now. This is my build. I think I can potentially use this the same way that I would use maybe any half-decent passive weapon. It's sort of like a blast RPG, and I know saying that some people would be like, well, that blast RPG is kind of crap. You're not wrong. It's absolutely true. But, like, I'm talking about, like, playstyle. In terms of that. Hello, stop, please. But what am I... Okay. I don't even know what I'm hitting. Okay. I'm hitting this wall. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but I guess the projectile size is a little bit larger than I would like it to be. Which is just something I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I need damage boost or something. Okay, nice. I did suppress his damage. If I didn't suppress his damage, I would not have killed him. I would not have survived there. However, I also could have just had a weapon that dealt more damage and killed him faster. And that's the reason that, you know, that's kind of the thing that makes Suppressor not like super meta, is because, like, yes, you can keep enemies from dealing that much damage to you, but you could also do that by just killing them, right? Like, it's not that difficult. But it's decent. I actually kind of like this damage output. I think it's not that bad. And I really love the sound that the weapon makes. It sounds really satisfying. Try to heal up a little bit. Nice. Oh no, I saw that go through. It's so good. Another Mimicker. Alright, so now we have it on Solus. And Solus is going to be one of the ones that I actually think is going to do the best on, because you can apply the suppression while they are blinded. And that is important because the main drawback that I've found from Suppressor is not the maximum performance. The maximum performance is actually fine. It's the build-up time to actually get there. So you can suppress an enemy by 60% with a maxed implant. And that's really, really good, but it takes a few seconds to actually get there. So if people are firing at you for that entire duration, you're still going to take a lot more damage than you want to be taking. So by the time they're fully suppressed, they've already dealt a lot of damage to you, is what I'm trying to say. But with Solus, you can blind people. And then the blind will strictly... Hello. Nice. I mean, the bots don't really care about the blind, because they'll shoot you anyway. This is my second attempt with this, because a Surge literally spun around and shot me after I blinded it. But anyway. Yeah. So the main thing is, like, the amount of damage that you'll take before you get that up to 6 full stacks. 6 stacks is the highest. So if you can blind people before, and then start to shoot at them and suppress them while they're blinded, I think that's honestly kind of perfect. Like, it's kind of a perfect synergy. Obviously, I have not tried this against players, because this is just the test server, but I don't know. It seems very promising to me, is all I'm gonna say. I do kind of wonder if, like, the radius implant's worth using. Not the Solus radius implant, but the weapon one. Really? I was blinded and he still got me. Like, it's not even possible to to do that while you're blinded with an outlaw. Nice. I do love the sound effect of this. I'll try to turn up the game volume for a bit more than I usually do, just for this video, just so you can hear it. Oh, really? Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm. GG, you got me. Cheaters. Get him. Okay, there we go. Not really sure blinding them actually makes a difference. For a player, it would. And players are the ones that you really have to look out for, so. Nice. Yeah, 8 kills is not bad. Not bad for a Solus, anyway. Alright, so now we have it on Outlaw. And here's my build. You may have noticed by now that I've been using the exact same implants on every single one of these builds. And that's just because, like, I don't think there's a whole lot of nuance to it. I don't think there's a whole lot you can do in terms of implants that changes between different mechs. Like, you could maybe get rid of the reload implant or the damage implant. Let me mess up this guy. Okay, well, that didn't work super great, but he is pretty much out of ammo. And I can just do that. Very nice. And then I'm just gonna crash you, just because screw search. Get out here, you little nerd. But yeah, there's not a whole lot you could do in terms of the implants. I think Suppressor does have 4 implants, so damage, reload, drain percent, and radius. Maybe even range as well, so that's actually 5. But, hello. You kind of need all of them, like, as you can tell. I'm not dealing a whole lot of damage, so the damage implant is kind of like, you need to kind of do as much damage as you can. Hello. What is... oh. So yeah, because the damage output is so low, the damage implant and the reload implant both increase your DPS, and those are both really nice implants to have. And so I don't really want to get rid of them in favor of, like, I don't know, maybe range or radius. But I guess depending on the mech specifically, there are certain mechs that probably could do better with radius, maybe better with range even. Like if you're playing a long range, using range is not bad. Because I think the base range is only 110. So you could increase that a bit. Maybe for like Solus. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, I'll just be over here. Don't mind me. Come on. No. I want to crash him real quick. Okay, there we go. Yes, my damage output is not great. But... there we go. Jeez. But at least, you know, by the time they reload, their damage output is also incredibly terrible. Like, comparatively, anyway. Yeah, poor guy. Hi. Nice. I'm just gonna... I'll just be over here, don't mind me. Hello. The damage is really the only... like, the base damage is really the only thing that's holding this weapon back, I think. Because it's not good, it's not great. But it's a decent support weapon. I think the highest potential that this weapon has is probably, unfortunately, as a hybrid weapon. Just like something that you add to something else. Hello. Okay. Oh. No, no, no. Okay. Everything's... no. Everything's not fine. I was about to say everything's fine. Everything's not fine. Absolutely not true. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. That's... nope. Nope. Okay. Alright, so the last one for this video is going to be Panther. That is what I have it on right now. Pretty supportive mech. Not the sort of thing you want to be rushing with. And it does have protection in terms of the shield, so that's going to be pretty good, and probably one of the better mechs for the weapon. I do think that protection is going to be one of the things that really comes in handy for this, because, yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't really kill a whole lot. And, you know, maybe because of that, you could decide, like, you know, just don't even bother with the damage implant, don't even bother with the reload implant. Just go all in on the supportive side of it. And that's probably not a bad idea if you have, like, actual teammates. If you just have bots for teammates, probably you need to have some kind of killing power, because bots are never going to actually take advantage of any type of support you give them. At least not really. Not on purpose, I guess I should say. Nice, nice, okay. Let me just wait until he's, yeah, there we go. Oh, until he's stuck. Come on, keep firing. There we go. Yeah, I mean, like, I enjoy the weapon. I like the concept. I think the concept's really, really cool. In terms of, like, how viable it's going to be just in general, though, I don't know so much about that. I think the game has always been, and probably will always continue to be, primarily about getting kills. Like, even the support mechs. The support mechs have to be able to get... They have to be able to get kills. Usually support mechs are good at killing specific kinds of things. And that's just what makes them support and not, like, aggro. It's because they're weak against more common other aggro stuff, but they're strong against others. Usually lay swing. Stop. I mean, there is just, like, you know, pure support, like Salver, which isn't good at killing anything. But it just heals allies. And, I mean, like, maybe you could put this on that, but even still, it's again, it's like, the best use that you could be as a support mech is to be able to kill things that other people can't kill, you know, half the time. So I think the game's a little bit too damage and kill focused to make great use out of a weapon like this, but it is a little bit hard to say. It is a decent weapon, though. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about suppressors just in general. I usually stream the new mechs and new weapons when they come out on the live server, and I will probably do that here as well. It'd be about 24 hours from the time of uploading this. But I could try double 16s on whatever. I could try even a 16 and an 8 on medium mechs. So pretty much have all the bases covered. But yeah, let me know what you think would be like the best mech for this weapon and why you think that would be the case. Because, I don't know, I feel like there's something out there that could potentially work, but, you know, a lot of things sound great in theory, but then when you actually use it, it's kind of just, it just doesn't work. But that's kind of just the game in a nutshell. A lot of things sound like they work, but nah, at the end of the day, the only thing that works is Star Mech and Revoker. But yeah, that will be it from me, though. Appreciate y'all. Take care.